Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Say Less Basketball Podcast. You are currently listening to episode 11. We hope you're doing well wherever and whenever you are listening to this. And we have a multitude of NBA topics for you to hear about on this week's episode. We got my friends. I'm Zach Fulcher. I'm joined with my friends Mo, Sean, and Will. Welcome back to another episode. Let's get it going. We got some topics about the Nuggets on their recent hot streak with Aaron Gordon after the trade. The Suns, we're going to talk about CP3. Is he in the MVP conversation, yes or no? Underrated. Talking about the top 5 point guards of all time as well. Start bench cut with Jokic, Embiid, and Karl Anthony Towns. And wrapping it all up with player versus player debate of Kawhi and James Harden. And obviously we'll end with bold takes as always in the week. So first things first, Nuggets on the hot streak with Aaron Gordon. What are your thoughts, gentlemen? Do you think the Nuggets are a potential threat for the conference finals in the West?
No.
No.
I think they're maybe they could get there again. I don't know, but I don't think they have any chance to go to the finals at all.
You serious?
No chance at all. Wow.
This is coming from the dude who predicted the Nuggets to go to the finals last year and the year before that.
Okay, but
I mean, I'm being realistic, bro. I don't think it depends on who they meet, because if somehow the Lakers get taken out, okay, then I think the Nuggets have a shot. I don't think the Nuggets have a shot against the Lakers.
Okay. If you're gonna rank the West best teams, where you guys put the Nuggets now? Right now,
top 5.
Maybe second.
Okay, actually, I retract what I said. I actually can't see them. I just don't see them in the finals.
True.
So I could see them getting to the conference finals. I don't see them getting to the finals.
Yeah, I don't see them in the finals.
Oh, yeah, you said conference. Okay, well then, yeah.
Are they the second or third best team in the West right now?
They're second or third. I don't know. I might put them over the Clippers. I might put them as number second.
Are they better than the Suns?
I don't know. But let's talk about this win streak though, because I looked into this. They're 7-0, right? 8-0 since they got Aaron Gordon. He didn't play that first game, so 7-0 in the games he's played. He's averaged 12.3 points per game, 3.7 rebounds per game, 2.6 assists per game, 1 steal, about 1 block per game, playing about 28 minutes. Their notable wins over that period are over the Sixers, the Hawks, if you want to include the Hawks.
No, Hawks have been really decent recently.
Okay, yeah, and then the Clippers. Personally, the way he's playing kind of reminds me of Robert Covington, just because he's doing a little of a lot of things. You know, his defense. You know, some of his games he has like 0 steals and then 0 blocks, and then like other games he'll have like 3 steals, 3 blocks. So he's kind of playing like Rocco to me, and I think that's a really, really important role, especially for the Nuggets, because they need that kind of guy to do that kind of stuff. And I mean, his defense has shown. They're currently 34-18. They're 4th in the West.
Yep.
I think they could climb. I don't know.
Yeah. Clippers are 36-18. Nuggets are 34-18, and Suns are 36-15. So they're right there. You know, and if they obviously continue this run, but now that I'm looking at it, the Phoenix Suns are 8-2 in their last 10. Clippers are 8-2 in their last 10, and Nuggets are 9-1 in their last 10, and Jazz are 8-2 in their last 10. So holy crap, dude! Lakers are 4-6, obviously, but damn.
Wait, who do they play? Who do they play upcoming?
Those top 4 teams are hot, bro. Holy crap!
They got Boston, Golden State, Miami, Rockets.
Wow.
This week. So those, I mean.
Damn. So the win streak's gonna keep
probably
up.
You think they? I think Miami is probably their biggest threat.
Oh yeah.
At a loss there.
So they're the second best team in the West to you guys?
As of right now, I'd say so.
I kind of like the Suns more than I like the Nuggets. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know. It's tough looking at this they're 8-2, 8-2, 8-2, 9-1. Like those top 4 teams are all hot right now, so it's tough to decipher.
My question to you guys right now would be how do you value the Nuggets' experience in the playoffs versus the Suns? Like, does that affect you the way? Because if I'm looking like into the future, is like who do I think is going to be better in the playoffs? I'd say Nuggets. Maybe right now the Suns are the better team.
Right.
But experience does matter in the playoffs, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does.
And I know outside of CP3, who do you got on that team on the Suns? And I don't no disrespect to CP3. We'll get into that. But like, who else?
Him and Jay Crowder are the only really deep playoff experienced guys.
Right.
You believe in Devin Booker?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they had the pressure on them last year in the bubble.
They came through.
And they did not. Yeah, they won all their games, but
I believe in Devin Booker. They
didn't come through. They made the playoffs, but
I'm not a big fan of Devin Booker, but he's one of those guys. I feel like if he goes to the playoffs, obviously with this season, I feel like he's gonna be like he's not gonna change anything. He's still gonna put up his regular numbers. So I don't think he's gonna.
I hope so.
Be affected.
Right. Fair.
D-Book?
I don't really like him.
Wow.
I'm not much of a fan either. I think he's a great player.
I mean,
he's a good player, but I just don't.
I wouldn't say I dislike. I wouldn't say I dislike.
He was kind of responsible for that run you was just talking about last year.
I mean, I'm not discrediting him. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not a fan of him. I don't really like if he does bad or do good. I don't really care.
Okay, you're indifferent.
It's just a whatever type of guy.
This is a good segue into the Suns topic, which is right after with CP3. Do you guys think Chris Paul is underrated? Do you think he's in the MVP conversation this year?
Yes, he's underrated.
100%.
But MVP conversation, I don't think so.
I think he is.
Why not?
I think he is.
I don't know. This guy's playing better than him right now. It's kind of hard for him right now. I don't see him being like the number one guy.
Let me bring some numbers to this. All right, let's look at what the Suns were last year. 46 win percentage. This year 72. Virtually the same team. They add CP3. Let's talk about CP3, guys. Every single team he's gone to has gotten better. Every one of them. Literally all of them have gotten better. Hornets, Clippers, Rockets, Thunder, Suns. All of them have gotten better the next season. And some of them have had significant increases. Like the Clippers, 39 win percent to 61 win percentage. Obviously the Suns have gone up about 30% as well. Hornets went up about 24. I think the reason you have to consider him as an MVP candidate, I don't think he's the front runner. Personally, I don't even know if he's top 3, but like just in the conversation maybe is because of the fact that the Suns are now the 2 seed, right? They're 2 seed right now. Is that where they're at?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they deserve.
That's crazy.
More talk.
And his leadership. Chris Paul, I think we can all agree, is an elite leader. Like,
yeah, for sure.
He's just an elite leader. Yep. So his leadership has to speak for something to me.
He's underrated for sure, but I don't see him being MVP.
He won't win MVP. No way. But, I like to be like, hey, give him some credit for what he's done.
He's a fantastic floor general, for sure. Although there is the question to beg, why has there not been a conference finals for him yet with all those teams? But, I mean, I'm not trying to discredit him. I think he's, certainly a decisive leader and one of the best point guards ever. But
he did go to conference finals with the Rockets.
Right, I guess. Yeah, that counts. But no finals.
It does count. It happened. It was, it counts.
Yeah, I understand. It's
literal. Wow. Did you guys know he's almost averaging 50, 40, 90 this year as well? I didn't know that. I looked that up today.
A lot of guys are
almost though. So
yeah, I mean almost, but I didn't know he was like this kind of shooter, especially from the line. I didn't know he was like that.
He's a killer, certified killer.
Usage rate not that high. Win shares pretty high.
I did see a stat that he is one of the best with advanced stats. So
I was running through those bad boys.
One of those advanced stats. He's right up there with a lot of the GOATs.
Are the Suns? Go on, bro.
So if you guys don't put him in MVP conversation, For this year only, is injuries a big part of you guys' MVP pick right now?
No, it's not. I didn't say I wouldn't even consider him. I'm not saying I wouldn't even consider him. I'm just saying I know he's not gonna win it.
Yeah, but
That's
I'm
what
just
saying.
I'm
more
just
talk.
curious because I was gonna compare this season, like I don't know his exact season averages, but I would assume they're close to Steve Nash's MVP, at least one of his MVP seasons.
He's averaging 16.2 points per game, 1.4 steals per game, 8.7 assists per game, 4.7 rebounds per game, and virtually shooting 50, 40, 90.
Okay, so I guess almost the same, maybe like 2 less or 3 less assists than Steve Nash. I mean, he won MVP because he basically carried a Suns team that a lot of people didn't think he would win a lot.
Yeah, and
That's
like
true.
Kobe, statistically, you looked at Kobe Bryant that year and you're like,
Yeah.
how the hell did Steve Nash get this?
So I think if you consider injuries, so Embiid, obviously, LeBron,
True.
and who else got injured?
Harden.
James Harden.
Yeah.
Those guys fell off. And right now it's basically Jokic, I think Dame are the top 2 right now according to NBA. So I think Chris Paul could be number 3 right now.
He definitely is not getting talked about enough in terms of MVP conversations and stuff like that. I think he deserves more love on social media because I see Embiid, I see LeBron, I see LaMelo, I see a bunch of stuff about it, but I don't see a lot of numbers from Chris Paul. Maybe that's
I think
just
part of
for the board general.
Part of the reason, kind of like speaking to that, part of the reason I think that happens is because like his value can't always be seen on a stat sheet.
Right.
You can't like
Also
substitute the leadership that he brings and that grit and grind, because you can't. I mean, we know how CP3 is. You can't be lazy. You can't be like playing like you don't know what you're doing. That's not going to work with him. He's going to get up in your face. We've seen it in the past.
Yeah.
And you can't see that on a stat sheet, bro. But Jokic, you can see all of his, not literally everything, but you see it on the stat sheet. You see that with Embiid. Obviously, you're going to see that with Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the new thing for the NBA. You gotta pad your stats a little bit to really get the attention nowadays.
Yeah.
I feel like
he doesn't do that. He's like an old school point guard. I mean, he's built
real point guard.
Real point guard. Wow. Okay.
Underrated.
Very interesting. We talk about Chris. This has been a nice transition so far, fellas, because our next topic is actually the top 5 point guards of all time. And we were just talking about Chris Paul. So top 5. I want to hear everybody's list. I'm going to hope that there isn't any blasphemy this week regarding these lists, but
we know who's your number 1, Zach.
Nevertheless, I think there will be some, but we'll let's see here. Anybody have Chris Paul in their top 5? I don't know. I think I was looking through mine. I'll start off a little bit first. I feel like the top 3 or 4 are like a lock, and then that like 5th spot you can slide somebody in there or not. So I'm gonna say my top 5. I'm going with top 5. I'm going with Magic Johnson as the greatest point guard of all time because, and Steph Curry too.
It's coming. Yep.
Steph Curry is too. Because I feel, even though there are some stats that Steph has over Magic, I think Magic has the edge in terms of legacy. See, I am smart when it comes to some of these debates. I think Magic has the edge because he has more titles, obviously, and more Finals MVPs, gentlemen. So I see a lot of you. See Muhammad with the hand on the face again, but I'm right this time. I'm 100%. I'm always right, to be honest. But I know you guys are going to agree with me on that. So Magic Johnson at 1. A close 2 is to say Isaiah Thomas. 4, I'm going to give it to Oscar Robertson. And the 5 spot, now this is tough. The 5 spot, I'm going to give it to John Stockton.
Crickets.
That's my list. Magic Johnson, Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas, Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas, obviously, and then Oscar Robertson, the Big O, and John Stockton. That's my 5.
Muhammad, would you like to go? Seem very
Oh
passionate about
man,
this.
is he done, bro? Golly.
Anybody else got a headache?
I got
headache.
everything,
Yeah, I got
bro.
a headache as soon as he like put Steph Curry and Magic Johnson on the same level.
You
Nope.
set them in the
gave me a
same
I
breath.
didn't put him in the same level. I have Magic above
You
stuff.
said close second.
You said close.
You said
That's not the same level.
close. What is close?
He's decently close.
Wait,
Magic has.
He's not in the same stratosphere.
Didn't he say Magic and then he said, "Oh, Steph is the greatest too"? Didn't he just basically say they're both on the same pedestal?
No. I have Magic above Steph.
But you said Steph is
Barely.
the greatest point guard too. You said
Zach,
that right after you said Magic
every
is
damn.
the greatest.
We're gonna have to run it back again, and we're gonna hear this.
What
And
do
you're
you
gonna.
mean? The fact
Bro.
that I have Magic over Steph puts Magic ahead of
I'm
him.
telling you, bro. Something's wrong with this man. His gears is not working in his brain, I guess.
Oh, here we go.
All
Okay.
right, Muhammad, give me the top 5.
Anyways, back to the real top 5s. Someone that actually knows the NBA. Magic Johnson, of course. It's Magic, okay?
Yes.
Greatest legacy as a point guard, greatest floor general, greatest passer, 6'9", first big man point guard. All right. Number 2, I have Isaiah Thomas because he's just that good. All right. I've always considered him number 2 because of his Pistons runs, the way he was a leader, and he was a small guy, undersized, so barely 6 feet or 6'1", I think.
Yeah.
And I say Isaiah's underrated because of everybody overlooks him because of the whole bad boys persona and stuff like that. Obviously, they had a whole reputation as being, cheapskates, cheap shots, tough guys, all that stuff. But if you look into Isaiah's,
Were they bad boys?
They were the bad boy Pistons. Yes.
anyways,
No whisper. They were the bad boy Pistons.
Oh,
yes.
he meant it the other way.
What?
Why'd you say it like that?
Bro, I was just asking you. You said.
Yeah, that was kind of.
I already mentioned. I
Okay, I was just saying. I didn't hear it. All right,
bro.
I didn't hear it.
But like
You're
I was
longer than
saying,
me, and you're only on the 2.
actually, because people are paying attention to my list. Nobody's sleeping. Everybody's sleeping on yours, bro. So
It's not even a list anymore. It's not even a listed anymore. Just get on with it.
Let me finish with Isaiah Thomas. So Isaiah, multiple seasons averaging 20 and 10. People don't really think he's a point guard, but he was probably the second best point guard other than Magic Johnson. On number 3, I have Oscar Robertson. Won a championship. Averaged a triple-double. Probably the second best 1-2 punch with him and Kareem. Or what was his name? Original name? Louis, like
Lou Alcindor?
Yeah, something like that.
Lou Alcindor,
Something
yeah.
like that.
Lou Alcindor.
Number 4, I put John Stockton. Obviously, most assists of all time, most steals. I think he only missed 10 games in his career. He played like 19, 20 seasons. So, I'm taking account into durability. And number 5, I have to put my guy.
He leads the NBA in all-time assists.
I already said that.
And steals.
I said that.
It's not close, by the way. It's not close.
Let me finish
He just said that.
I just said that. Like,
dude, Sean, you'll learn. This man and hearing.
Untouchable.
Oh my god!
He literally
I just wanted to interrupt this bum ass list, but who's your 5?
Oh wow!
And number 5, I put Jason Kidd because we already debated about Jason Kidd's career, so I think he deserves a top 5 spot.
Next,
bro.
Next.
Zach right now is like fuming, bro.
Next. You see this right here? You see this? In the garbage can with that bullshit. Next.
All right.
Next.
Will or me?
Next.
Which one?
This is Zach right now, bro. You can't see it. Whatever.
Next.
Will or me? Who's next?
You can go, Sean.
Okay, before I go, is Allen Iverson considered a point guard?
Nope. I don't consider Steph or Allen Iverson a point guard.
I did not.
Why don't you consider? Okay, why don't you consider Allen Iverson a point guard though?
Because he was more of a 2 guard.
I don't consider you a basketball fan after that list. Next.
Okay.
Allen Iverson. When I think of point guards, I think of people that can run offense.
Shut the hell up.
Good passes.
Iverson did run offense.
Ass up.
Okay, but as a point guard, because they just played through him is what I meant.
Who was he gonna pass to?
Exactly. That's what I'm just saying. Obviously.
Okay. All right. I'll give him off top 5.
Disgraceful.
All right. Since I can't do Allen Iverson, I can't put him on my top 5. So
yeah, I didn't.
I'm gonna go Magic Johnson. I think we all agree with that. Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time. That's not even a question.
That's fair.
Secondly,
never got injured.
Yeah, Derrick Rose definitely would have been up there if he didn't get injured. But that's another day.
Yeah.
Secondly, John Stockton, like you said. I put him number 2 though, to be honest. I put him number 2. Yeah, Steph Curry is not in my top 5, bro. Get over it. So Magic Johnson, John Stockton. Then I'm gonna have to go Jason Kidd. I'm putting Jason Kidd third. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna put Jason Kidd third. And then 4th, Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah, let's go.
Isaiah Thomas 4th. Yes, sir. And then 5th, I'm kind of choosing between Oscar Robertson and Steve Nash, bro.
Steve?
I kind of like Steve. I really like Steve. I really like Steve. Yes, I really like Steve. I'm gonna go Oscar Robertson.
Because he's a great shooter.
I'd really like for us to move on from this list.
I'm gonna go Oscar Robertson though.
Okay.
Hey, like Zach, these are like people that actually watch basketball lists, like not since before 2016, you know.
These are people who don't watch basketball lists.
You know, like this is before 2016 list.
Yeah, before his time.
This is a list for people who watch basketball only before 2016. That once 2016 happened, have not watched basketball since. Next.
Doesn't make sense, boy.
That doesn't work because as soon as that happened, there was a better player on that team. So
next.
Okay, so you'll actually not have a stroke with my list, Zach. I was trolling. Magic Johnson. I mean, enough said, right? I mean, do we even need to talk about that?
At least we all agree on that.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas is number 2. And the main reason for that is defense. I mean, dude was an elite
Never
defender.
selected to a defensive team. Never.
So?
Never. Moving on. Next.
Averaged 2 steals for his career.
Steph led the career and led the league in season.
Blah blah blah. Okay. Hold up. No.
Next.
Let's address this. I want to ask the community. If I have to have somebody guard a player, am I choosing Steph Curry or Isaiah Thomas?
It's not going to be Steph.
It's
not going to be Steph.
Hey, there was a reason Steph was put on J.R. Smith most of those finals.
Yeah.
To guard.
I could get 2 steals a game off passes. Guarding somebody.
Zach, like Isaiah would switch over to Mike sometimes. Steph Curry would not be able to handle that at all. So just putting that out there.
Magic too.
All right. So I mean, I wrote down their accolades. If I get into accolades, it's just not even kind of.
Steph was getting cooked by JR. So
I have Oscar Robertson.
So
Oscar Robertson third.
Third.
Yes, third. 11-time All NBA, which should be talked about. He won Rookie of the Year. 6-time assist champion. Then 4th, I do have Stephen Curry. And the main reason for this is, you know how I value winning. I have him because he won 3 championships. Yes, I think most of them were not because of him. Actually, I think all of them weren't necessarily because of him.
Not really.
I'm not digging that, Will. Not digging that, Will.
And then I have 5, John Stockton. I mean, John Stockton? Yeah. Well, because he didn't win. And I know that that's mainly because of Jordan, but I got to account for winning. He has the most win shares ever by a point guard. And he shot 52% from the field and 38 from 3, which back in that era, that's unbelievable considering how little they valued shooting. One other thing I want to mention that I looked up is because I know Buddy's here is going to bring up Steph's scoring. The difference in points per game back then versus now is it's significant, okay? It's significant. They're going to score a lot less back then, not to mention all those guys that I mentioned other than Steph Curry were pass first point guards. Not one of those players that I mentioned were score first. Not one.
You wouldn't know that.
Who cares?
I'm explaining.
Who the hell cares at this point?
I'm not saying Oscar was a pass first. He was a pass first, but he did average. He did average a lot of 25-point seasons.
I will give yes, but I want to bring that up because the game has changed a lot to today. I don't know if everybody here knows that. I don't know if everybody knows that. So
Zach doesn't. Zach doesn't. Zach doesn't.
I would have a notable mention. I would have Jason Kidd looking right there. Right at the top.
I'd replace one of those guys with Jason Kidd if I were real. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
he was in my top 5.
He's a two-way. He's a 9-time all defensive team as a point guard.
I gotta
saying.
look at winning. Now, one thing that
Just
all these
saying.
other guys have.
Steph Curry better shoot better.
Let me look at this. We have Finals MVP. We have Finals MVP for Magic Johnson. A Finals MVP. Well, he had 3 Finals MVP for Isaiah Thomas. We had a Finals MVP for Oscar Roberts. Oh no, wait, no, he didn't get the Finals MVP. And then we have multiple MVPs for all those. So I just want to point out that those guys did win Finals MVPs. Just
Zach over here sweating.
I'm over here fuming. I'm disgusted right now.
Let's
I'm
hear it.
absolutely 100% disgusted with all these takes.
Set, bro.
Y'all should be banned from talking basketball for the rest of your life.
You started watching in 2016.
Not only did I...
Bro, I just want to.
It sounds like you haven't watched since 2016.
That was 5 years ago, Zach. You started watching
something.
5 years ago.
Let me defend my favorite player for a minute. You
started watching in high school, Zach.
I was generous. I was nice to him.
Podcast, shut up. Just for 5 minutes, because these takes are horrendous this week, this whole year, to be honest. But I also want to mention honorary mention Russell Westbrook. Nobody's mentioned Westbrook yet, and he is certainly top 10.
He's top 10, not top 4. We're doing top 5, Zach.
He's not better than Jason Kidd. Not better than Steve Nash.
I want to acknowledge him. Triple-double legend. One of the triple-double legends since Oscar Robertson. His record-breaking numbers his entire career. Record-breaking numbers the year after KD left when the Thunder, we're still a playoff team. Just because, Durant, not a valuable player on the Thunder that year, obviously. But what the hell? I'm thoroughly disgusted. Steph Curry, the point guard of the future.
I'm disgusted that you just called.
Did you just say Durant?
Let me stop. I told you to set up for 5 minutes. Shut the hell up, please.
You put Steph close to Magic, bro.
Oh my
God! Steph close to Magic, bro.
Don't take the lad serious after he says something like that.
Yeah, after that I can't take.
But
you serious.
did you just say that you're mad at us for saying blasphemy, and you just said Durant was an irrelevant player on the Thunder? What?
Not as valuable as some people think. Moving on.
Wow,
Crazy.
bro, I'm done. Hey, in the show on that note, bro.
I'm not trying to discard Durant, one of the legendary players of this ever. But not better than Steph all time.
How are you gonna say that? How are you gonna say I'm not?
He doesn't know what he's talking about, bro.
They're trying to get me off the topic. Do the listeners see what's happening?
He just said he wasn't relevant.
Let's go back
I'm not
to the
gonna
topic.
destroy his legacy.
Can I ask a question?
Wait, Mo, did you hear that, right?
Yeah,
I heard. Come back to the topic.
Like I said,
can we come back to the topic?
Don't take him serious. Okay,
just stop. Yet again, nobody has let me. They don't want me to say my takes about this because they know I'm right. They keep interrupting me. What is going on,
bro?
Let me have 5 minutes to
if you say Durant's irrelevant with the Thunder, then nobody's gonna take it.
He's bringing it back up. Look at this. Muhammad is a menace. Muhammad the menace, bringing it back up.
Can I ask a question though? Okay, so
Steph Curry, you guys keep talking about saying Steph isn't a traditional point guard. That's because Steph revolutionized the point guard position. There has not been one since because he revolutionized the game. You're taking
Trey Young,
Isaiah Thomas,
John
Jason Kidd, Stockton. None of them have an impact on the game as large.
Trey Young is showing why. Trey Young is showing you guys why
better scorer.
Point guards
you shut the hell up, Mohammed.
Can't play
shut
defense.
Your ass up for 5 minutes.
Zach. Outside of shooting, what did he change? Outside of shooting, what did he change?
Thank you.
What did he change, Mo?
He's gone.
Like I said, Trey.
Hey, Mo. Only thing I think he changed is people starting to shoot threes more. That's it. That's all I think he changed.
Like I said, Trey Young
is
a good example of a guy who just shoot threes but can't play no defense. So that's why he needs guys
like
Klay Thompson, Draymond.
We're talking about.
Bro got to sign to J.R. Smith.
Wait, but we're talking about
go Car Smith, bro.
Steph is the dude who changed the game. Dude, Westbrook and Derrick Rose before him were scorers. Before him.
Yep.
Now. I get Steph made it shooting. He made the league about shooting.
It's threes.
Which is really benefited the league, right? Way higher scoring. We no longer have players big men that can post up anymore. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think Zach left and went back to 2016. I think that's where he just went. That's his safe place. That's his safe haven. 2016.
It doesn't even make sense, bro, because Steph Curry choked hardcore in that
Bro, did y'all
series.
hear him just say Durant was irrelevant? Then he said, "I'm not trying to destroy his legacy."
Yeah, right. So
okay,
that's why I said don't take him serious, bro. But like I said, okay.
I was pretty generous to him putting Steph at 4.
This show is called "Say
nice.
Less," and Zach should say less because he don't be making sense at all.
Hey, guess what? He was the one who came up with the name, so does it make sense now?
Man.
Bro, I didn't even go into the accolades from the people, because if I start going into accolades, Steph Curry being in the conversation is generous. Look, I put him there because of winning, strictly because of winning. That's why.
He's a good winner, but 20 like I've said before, 2015 was a suspect finals for him. 2016 was a suspect finals for him, and then he had the luxury of having KD on 2017, 2018.
Wait, whoa, hold up. You just came across. You brought something up that triggers something in my mind, and now I'm gonna destroy Zach. He's not even here. Remember how Zach always says that Durant benefited from Steph to get wide open shots? Isn't it crazy how he was low-key not that great in 2015 or 2016, but as soon as Durant shows up, he's amazing. He looks like it almost, and this might be crazy, but it almost seems like he benefited from Durant. That's crazy.
I mean, when you have a real scorer on the team, then obviously the guys are going to be attracted to him more.
You mean somebody that doesn't need an illegal
But
screen?
according to Zach, he can't get an open shot.
Yeah, you're right. He can't create his own shot, even though he's a 3-time scoring champion.
Yeah, Sean, that's
But my point, look, this is a serious point. Guys like Steph and AI, to me, they're good. Like when I was mentioning guys like Jason Kidd, John Stockton, Magic,
he came
Isaiah.
back to reality. Bro's in 2016. Hey, look, he even got the hat from 2016. I told you he went back. That was his safe haven. Hey, putting the hat on don't make you right, bro. It don't make you right, bro. I'm just saying. But continue, Mo. I'm sorry.
But okay, so like those guys I mentioned were actually guys that could run the offense, could get guys open, not because they're a good shooter, so they attract the offense, but guys like Magic, Jason Kidd, John Stockton, they're real floor generals. Allen Iverson, Steph, I feel like they're just prolific scorers that play the point guard position.
Or Westbrook.
If guys,
Westbrook's a really good passer.
Yeah, but like, because Steph, he hasn't really averaged I don't think he's ever averaged more than 7 assists in his career, like in a season.
Know. Buddy, you know the answer to that? Your boy?
Can somebody look that up real quick?
You got that big ass hat on.
This argument hits different in mute, bro.
Okay, so that's why I have like AI and Steph maybe in a shooting guard or just like a combo guard kind of list, if there are any of them. But my question to you guys is like,
you said that Steph never averaged more than 8 assists.
I'm asking you if he's ever averaged more than 7 or 8 assists.
He has season? two years. He has averaged 7.7 and 8.5.
What years were those?
Oh my God, dude, my computer's glitching out.
He averaged 7. 2015, I'm gonna round up. He had 6.7.
2014, 2015 seasons.
2013, 2014, 2015, yeah. 2016, 6.6.
I mean, he had like a 4-year stretch where he was about 7.
Hey, Zach, remember when KD got the Finals MVP for that team you wearing right now?
Not deserving.
You remember that?
2017, Durant did deserve it. 2018, in my opinion, he did not. But
destroying his legacy again.
Trying to calm down. Trying to calm down here after this just utter blasphemy.
Let me ask this question.
Towards one of the greatest scorers and most influential players in the entire NBA.
I gotta
history.
say, I gotta.
KD is. He really is. KD really is. You're right.
That's facts. That's facts.
That's cap. That's
you. Can I ask my question that's not related to Steph Curry?
Yeah, go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
Okay, so Oscar and Russ, obviously they're like the triple-double gods in NBA history. What's the reason you guys don't put Russ over Oscar?
I put Oscar over Russ because
okay, but if you did, most of us had Oscar in the top 5. So if you're saying that,
I think it's more of a respect thing.
Okay,
just because like he paved the way type deal.
He did it first, and then he also had more playoff success.
But
I gotta look at accolades.
When Russ finishes,
Will,
I'll put him there.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Let me list off Oscar's accolades, and then
Yeah,
the main reason. First of all, let me say my main reason I don't have Russ there, at least right now, is championships. Winning has to matter. It just has to. 6-time assist champion. I don't know how many times Westbrook's done it.
Okay, somebody else look up Russell's accolades as Will's doing his.
I got it.
He would love to.
Maybe this will help me calm down. Maybe this will help me calm down. I finally fully lost my cool on this podcast.
You done? All right, thank you. All right, 11-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Star MVP. Not that matters much, but back then it matters a lot more than it does at least now. Not that it's much to weigh on. He won an MVP, he won Rookie of the Year, and he's a 12-time All-Star. So the bottom half of those accolades not too significant other than the MVP, but the championship and then the 6-time assist leader, I value those more. And
Russ on the other side of things, Russ won MVP in 2017. He's a 9-time NBA All-Star, 2-time NBA All-Star Game MVP 2015 and 2016, 2-time All-NBA First Team, 5-time All-NBA Second Team, 2-time All-NBA Third Team. He led the NBA in scoring 2015 and 17, and he led the league in assists 2018 and 2019.
Oh, he did it twice? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Oscar was what, 6 times?
6, yeah. So there, you have to use context, right? Because Westbrook's going to demolish him in all-star appearances, probably, just because players didn't play that long.
So, if it's possible to you guys, if it's not, then just say it. Do you think Russ could pass Oscar in terms of all-time?
Mm-hmm.
No, like all-time rank in your all-time?
Yeah.
Okay, so would that put Russ in your guys' top 5?
Yeah, well, it depends how everybody else pays out.
Yeah.
Like what if Chris Paul wins like 4 finals in his next 4 years? I mean, but theoretically, but Westbrook needs a championship in my mind. You got to get a championship.
Yeah, or at least, to me, he needs a championship.
Yeah, or at least like stimulated playoff success, I think.
I think what
Shaq
making
the conference finals or making the finals would be.
What did we bring up last week, right? Shaq said you bring up rings for legacy for the all-time greatest players, right? You don't need rings for greatness, but when you're talking about legacy, so without a ring, I just can't.
And why'd you put John in there?
Well, because in my opinion, he's just better than the guys that I would have next up, and Jason Kidd.
I'd say he is one of the floor general just because of how heavy he leads in assists.
And he's all-time leader in assists and steals.
And it's not close for
crazy.
Assists, right?
And it's not close.
You can't blame the man for not winning a finals when he had to play Michael back-to-back years.
So context does matter. It's not like black and white. Like if you don't win a championship, you can't be top 5. But in Westbrook's case, with a similar play style to Oscar Robertson, if I wanted to put him over, I would like to see a championship from him. Unless he does some astronomical Wilt Chamberlain numbers or something like that.
I'd like to see him make if he made the finals a couple times or make the conference finals, I would.
If he can show me he can lead a team with another great player and have some level of success, I would value that pretty highly.
Right.
Because
I also really like. I think that playoff game winner with Stockton over that knocked the Rockets out was very underrated.
Stockton's an underrated shooter. What do you think, Sean? Though, because you're saying asking me.
John Stockton's in my top 5 too. I was just because you said championships matter, so I was just asking you what your reasoning.
I mean, no, it's not black and white, and they know me a little better than you. I usually am all for you got to have championships, but like John Stockton paved the way for so many things. He's all-time leader in these things, 2 different things. He has the most win shares by a point guard ever, which says something about his leadership. So I just
never missed a game, rarely.
Yeah,
and he played like 20 years.
But I mean, Russ could climb them. I think he could. He has potential.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, so what's the next category, Zach?
The next topic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's move.
We've been on that for kind of a minute.
Sorry, my notes got a little bit jumbled after I.
I'll help you. I got you, bro. So we got start 1, bench 1, trade 1. between
Appreciate it.
Jokic, Embiid, and Karl Anthony Towns. This should be.
Wait, repeat that.
Jokic, Embiid, and Cat.
For start one, bench one, cut one.
Start one, bench one.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You seem excited.
Start Joke, bench Embiid. I'm sorry, not bench Embiid. Sorry, bench Cat. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking. So bench Embiid, cut Cat. That's what I was trying to say. For some reason, I was mixing up cut and bench.
Case in point, he is tweaking. Case in point, the last argument. Moving on.
Yikes. You were reaching. I'll just...
Bro said, oh, wait. I'm tweaking, but you just said KD has a legacy, but then retracted that by saying he was irrelevant. So you shut up. But anyway, start Jokic, bench Embiid, cut Cat. That's what I was trying to say.
I second.
I second.
You can't second if I second, bro. That's not how numbers work.
I third.
Oh my god.
You said start Jokic, bench Embiid, and cut Cat.
Yeah. Okay, Mom.
You start Embiid, you bench Cat, and you cut Jokic over.
You cut Jokic?
Yeah.
Oh,
you're tweaking now. Now you're tweaking.
Oh no.
You in that category with Zach now.
Oh no. What you just
cutting?
Though?
You're cutting Jokic.
You don't cut Jokic,
bro. I'm cutting Jokic, bro.
What?
He's overrated.
What?
Overrated? Do you see his numbers?
I'll take two-way centers over.
Here, let me tell you what factored into my decision as well. Is because first of all, I don't think Jokic is overrated, but secondly, Embiid and Cat have some serious injury history. That factored into my decision. Jokic does not.
Well, I'm just basing off of just straight up like healthy talent, all that stuff. Just
okay. Well, I was looking at it like if I started with one today. But.
Yeah, because Mo, it's not just about it's start one, bench one, cut one. So you got to think as a team. So you gonna take the injury prone risk?
Keep looking at your Wakanda bracelet.
Yeah, he takes the longest out of any.
That's a question. No, that's a question. I'm asking a question.
It's a Sudanese bracelet. Get the times right. It's not Wakanda. Sudan. I'm from Sudan.
I didn't mean to give it away, bro.
Muhammad, I'm asking a real question.
Go ahead, bro. I didn't listen.
Start one, bench one, cut one. So you have to think like a GM. You have to think like an actual
English.
team.
Yeah.
So you taking injury prone over reliability.
Huh?
You taking injury prone over reliability?
What's Jokic reliable with?
Everything. Literally everything.
Because he's built with a team that's supposed to make him look good. He's like LeBron.
He has a tremendous skill set.
If you put Jokic, and Cat are injured. If you put Jokic on, let's see, the Sixers, you think that would work out?
He's gonna do the same thing.
No, he's not.
Scoring against good players. What do you mean?
No, he's not. No,
he's making impact. He's not making impact against players.
Dude.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying Jokic is good with the right players around him.
He's so disrespectful too. He's in the paint shooting like he doesn't even jump on these shots. He just pops one up.
I'm just saying, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy because when Jokic is going up against defensive big men like AD in the playoffs last year, and then Embiid, and on some occasions he doesn't really look the same.
You talk about the playoffs? Why are you? No,
I'm saying AD against Jokic last year in the playoffs. AD made him look like a chump. I'm just saying he doesn't really look the same.
I will give you that Embiid has defense over him for sure.
I'm just saying you'll see in the playoffs. You'll see in the playoffs if he plays AD again. AD's gonna lock him.
I'm talking, but one of the other things I had wrote down was leadership. Jokic is the best leader. It's just not close,
right?
In my opinion, I would say Embiid's a pretty good leader as well, but
he's a good leader because he's a good passer.
No, he's a good leader because he brings.
Bro.
Right? What?
Dog. Yeah.
I'm not dogging like Embiid for not being a good leader. I'm saying Embiid, I think Jokic is a better leader. I just think he's a better leader.
Yes.
I think he brings the team. He collects the troops.
I haven't really seen.
You guys
only reason I'm benching. Okay, look. Only
you guys
reason
continue. I'll be right back. I'm
starting Jokic because he's reliable. He's a reliable player.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm benching Embiid and I don't have him over Jokic is because of the injuries.
Yes, but Embiid is more dominant than Cat.
Yeah.
Right?
Embiid is definitely. Yeah, Embiid is not more dominant than Cat. Yes.
It's a level
Embiid is more dominant than Cat.
He's probably stronger. That's it, but they can't put up the same numbers.
What?
They kind of do.
But
Cat averages a block? I think 2 blocks, a steal, 13, 12 boards, 25 points this year.
Yeah.
And the year before that. Embiid probably. This is the first time Embiid's averaged over 25 in his career. I mean, it's kind of the same stats.
We're not talking about dominance, though.
What you guys talking
about? Defense and offense and dominance. I'd say Embiid is more dominant than Cat, right?
Oh yeah, I already said two-way. Yeah, two ways Embiid's better. Yeah.
So if Embiid is more dominant on the 2 ways, then how is Cat better?
I didn't say Cat was better. I'm just saying they put up the kind of same numbers.
But you cut Embiid and
I didn't cut Embiid. I said I started Embiid.
No, he started
Cat,
Embiid.
Oh, okay.
And I cut Jokic.
He cut
Jokic. You cut Jokic because
because Jokic is not good.
He's not good.
He's not good.
He's a legend. He's the MVP this year. What is Cat in the MVP race?
Because of injuries. Embiid would be the MVP if he didn't get injured this season.
But we're not talking about Embiid. Embiid is clear in, but you're clearly putting Jokic out. So that's why I'm confused.
I put Jokic
only
out
reason. Okay,
what about work ethic? What about work ethic
mode?
Too? Okay.
Tobacco mode. The only reason I'm putting Jokic starting is because Embiid is more injury prone. That's the only reason. Because if he was healthy, if he stayed healthy, Embiid would be first.
That's fair. You see how I let him say his point before I jumped in and interrupted him.
Zach, you probably the number one interrupter in this podcast.
Dumbass, but
Jokic is almost averaging a triple-double, bro.
Please stop talking. You interrupt niggas all the time, bro. Please stop.
Not the last debate.
Please stop.
Did you hear what I said?
What's up?
Jokic is almost averaging a triple-double.
Okay.
So that just doesn't matter?
Look, I'm just saying, Jokic is good because he's a good passing center. That's it. But if you put him against another dominant big, he's not going to look as good.
Okay.
I'm just saying, look what happened to him in the Nuggets against Lakers. He was going off against undersized Montrezl Harrell, right? Against the Clippers. And then against Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, and Anthony Davis. What happened?
I want to talk about.
He didn't look like a top 3 center to me. So I'm just saying, it's kind of overrated. He's a good offensive player.
I want to talk about work ethic as well. I don't think Cat has that dog mentality that Embiid and Jokic have. He doesn't have that will of fire, that dominance factor that Jokic and Embiid have. I mean, he had Jimmy, and Jimmy. Everybody thought Jimmy was a locker room cancer, and then he left and had success on multiple teams. And everybody thought Cat was old and he'd be fine. No, but it's clear now that he does not want to win as badly as Embiid and Jokic, in my opinion. And he's not have that will of fire that Embiid and
for the
Jokic
Timberwolves.
Because
he's in a bad situation.
Have that will of fire anyway. He didn't have that will of fire. He didn't have that will of fire he didn't have that will of fire when they had Butler, and he should have. They were a good team with them.
They went to the playoffs. I mean, what else do you want them to do?
They should have ran farther though. With Butler.
Not farther. They played the Rockets, who were the number 1 seed when they had Chris Paul, and they won 67 wins that season.
Okay.
They went to 6 games. I mean, what else do you want them to do?
Okay. Whatever. Let me look around in the trash here for my
just to talk.
Old takes this week.
Hey Mo.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, he put up 21, 30, 22, 16, and 20 against the Lakers.
21 what?
Against the Lakers in the playoffs, he put up 20, 16, 22, 30, and 21.
Wait, why are you repeating big numbers? What was his rebounds and assists? What are you saying? His shooting percentages? What were those numbers?
Yeah, you just said he was struggling scoring against AD, right?
I didn't say scoring. I just said overall.
Oh, then what did you mean in general?
I'm just saying his impact.
All right, we have to move on though. But just overall, horrendous, god awful takes from Muhammad tonight. But we have Kawhi versus Harden for the player-to-player debate.
Muhammad, you really looked phased there, huh?
To wrap this whole thing up.
I said you looked phased there by his comment.
Wait, what's to wrap it up?
What do you mean phased?
Like, scared.
To wrap it up, we got the player-player debate. We've already had some heated debates. This has been a heated episode, but we got Kawhi versus Harden all time this week.
All time?
All time.
Mm-hmm.
All time? I thought we were just talking about straight up.
Straight up.
Yeah, all time wouldn't really make sense right now.
Fair, okay.
Wait.
Straight up then.
Straight up, I'm taking Harden.
Huh?
Wait, straight up? What do you
taking
mean by
Harden.
straight up? This year, or like against each other?
Career-wise, or right now?
We've been doing career, but I guess since they haven't retired, you can't really do career unless you guys wanted to.
We'll just do this like right now.
Okay, then let's make it easy and do right now.
Yeah, okay, right now I'm taking Harden.
I'm taking Kawhi.
I'm taking Kawhi.
I'm taking Kawhi. And my answer wouldn't have changed actually either way, but
yeah. Go ahead, lonely boy. Speak up. Why Harden?
Harden is a triple threat, bro. Like, he can score, he can defend a little bit when he decides to. Decides to, keyword.
That's kind of fair.
He can defend when he decides to. He can score. He's a walking bucket. You're not guarding Harden. There's almost no weakness to his game, really. He can finish.
But
when
times
get
tough,
bro?
Go ahead, my bad, bro.
I know again interrupting in the league.
Go ahead, bro.
He can pass the ball. He can score. He can play defense when he wants to. He can put up good numbers for you. He can go out there and actually make an impact on the game. Right now, Kawhi is great. Don't get me wrong, but he's not making as much of an impact right now as Harden to me. Right now.
Hey.
So go ahead, Mo. Since you.
What did you say? Triple threat. He can score. He can get
he's a bucket. He can get a bucket at any given time. It's James Harden. He can get a bucket. He can pass the ball amongst the two point guards. He can pass the ball just like he's a good point guard. He's good at point. Even Kawhi gave him the point position. I mean, not Kawhi, sorry. Kyrie gave him the point position. He can score, he can pass, and he can play defense when he decides to. That's the only weakness I would say with James Harden is the defense that Kawhi is obviously better at.
What about his mentality?
I was going to say,
yeah. With the whole him quitting on his teams a bunch of times.
Spurs.
I mean,
against the Spurs, against the Lakers last year, against the Warriors 2 years ago.
I was talking about this season. I'm so lost.
Well, yeah, but you still have to to consider this.
Y'all just said okay, hold on. Y'all just said this season. Now you're going back. So this season or in general, bro?
In general,
Kawhi.
This season, Harden. In general. Okay. When do this play debates? I'm saying in general.
In general, Kawhi.
In general, Kawhi. Yes, thank you.
This is if we were talking about this season, then that's why I said Harden.
Obviously, a little bit different, right? But
okay, but would you consider Harden playing with Durant and Kyrie and the Nets like that?
But I mean,
to be fair, they've been out.
To be honest, Harden did that. He can put up numbers. He put up numbers like that on the Rockets.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Right, but Kawhi is certainly an underrated offensive bucket. He can score from all levels.
He's not scoring like Harden though.
I know, but
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But he can score from all levels, and he's an all-time greatest defender. He might be. It's arguable that he is the greatest defender in the league currently, like all-time legacy.
That's not a question. Yeah.
Yes,
I agree.
He's.
I put Jimmy up there. Just want to throw that name out there.
Yeah, Jimmy is up there.
Jimmy is up there too, but Kawhi is a defensive player of the year, multiple finals appearances, multiple rings, multiple finals MVPs as well. So he's just all around.
See?
I feel like he's had more dominant success than Harden.
Yeah, I just said that. In general, than Kawhi. I thought we were talking about just James Harden this season. So that's why I said Harden.
I'm just making a case for Kawhi since we're talking about Harden. Even though I am Curry and Harden have had battles, I do respect Harden because a lot of people hate on him. But he has manipulated the game to his advantage, and he is a genius when it comes to scoring on the
They're going to change the rule, bro. I'm telling you. And it's coming.
I recently saw an old clip from the Clippers announcers talking about how Harden is cheating. They were salty that he was busting their ass, and they kept saying that he was cheating because he just gets to the line.
Dude, Durant.
You could argue that Harden is the best get to the line player in league history.
Durant used to do the same thing and get 12 free throws a game.
I know, but Harden is
something similar.
But Harden has made it his game, capitalized on
it. No, I know. I'm saying Durant
trademarked
was the same thing with the rip move back then. You guys remember that? At least Muhammad and Sean.
Yeah, I remember.
The swing?
Yeah. See, and then they made it so that rule is no longer, you can't do that anymore. I wonder if they're going to do the same thing with Harden.
With Harden and travels, yeah.
Well, and the let me just hook my arm into yours, and then it's
Harden
automatically
likes
a
to
foul.
drive in and hook and put his neck back as he's going to the rim to make it seem like he's getting hacked, but he's in reality people just literally playing on ball.
I will say, James Harden, the way he plays basketball, I don't like it. I do not like it at all. Like the way he manipulates the game, personally, I just don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I'm a huge fan of how Kawhi Leonard plays basketball. Like super silent, just go at it. Now, one thing, if we're talking about career, I would say Harden is not a walking bucket in Game 7 or crucial moments.
Crucial moments, right?
Kawhi Leonard is. Well, as opposed to last year. You got something to say, Sleepyhead?
It doesn't matter what this man has to say. It's going to be
Will, to your points about Harden.
He keeps on.
I'm a big
Harden clicking his watch like we care that he has something.
He doesn't have a watch
right now. Can you please stop
interrupting? All right,
it's my turn. Mr. Interrupt the guy, right? Mr.
Whatever.
Guy.
I'm interrupting you because
Mr. Interrupt guy.
I don't care. You had your.
If you don't care, then you can go. You can go leave again, bro. If you don't care, go ahead.
No, I care.
Leave.
I care.
Oh, Mo, just go. Just let Mo talk. Let Mo talk.
All right,
guys, let Mo talk.
Back to your point, Will. I'm a big Harden guy myself. Personally, the whole him, always flopping and stuff, that's the thing I don't like about him. Because if you watch when he first got to Rockets after the OKC trade, he played a way different game. He took a lot of more mid-range shots. He actually went to the basket strong instead of looking for a foul. So I was hoping that he would go back to his ways, but obviously he hasn't because he's been, kind of got the rest on his side now. Mm-hmm. But the whole playoff thing, dude, another thing about him is just the way he quits on his team sometimes. Not like fully quit, but like his body language. If you watch the Lakers series last year, that after they went down 2-1, this man, like, he would pass it to Russ or pass it to Shoot or whatever. He would just stand in the corner. And he just looked disinterested. So I feel like when times gets tough for him, he just doesn't want to play the way he plays.
I feel
like that's why he had a fallout with Chris Paul, a fallout with Russell. It wasn't a bad fallout, but Russ didn't want to play with that type of basketball.
Fallout with John Wall.
Can I ask you guys
John
this,
Wall
bro?
too.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys.
I think it will be. Let me say something real quick, and then I'll let you say.
Go for it.
I was going to say real quick, it will be interesting to see how he fares in this playoffs with KD and Irving being superstars. So I think it will be interesting to see how he handles.
That'll be a big teller. You're right about that. But my question is, do you think if Harden replaced Kawhi on that Raptors team, do you think they still win the finals? Like, seriously, do you think they?
No,
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I don't think Harden is having. I don't think Harden is going through what was an Embiid. What can I think? He went through Embiid. He went through Giannis. He went through Steph. Like,
the other thing is Harden's play style. Like, on that team,
Harden's
he's such a high usage player. Like that, Kawhi Leonard is not. So that would change everything. I mean, I was just curious to
if he bought into the Raptors culture, then maybe he has a shot. But like for Kawhi, like they just told Kawhi, just go out there, defend and score for us. Because they had a point guard like Kyle Lowry. They had defenders to help them. They had Van Vliet too and Siakam, all those guys. So I feel like we just
Right. Well, for another day, we could talk about going more depth.
Interesting little debate. Two very different players who play different styles of very different.
Well, I have a question. If Harden wins multiple championships with the Nets, let's say they win back to back, would you guys put him over Kawhi? Or do you guys think these championships would be tainted because they're on super teams?
If he comes out in the playoffs, and it's like solidifies that he is who he says he is.
I'm not putting him over Kawhi even if they win too. But I won't
look. I'll say
blame him for it.
Yeah, I won't blame him. But in context, if KD or Kyrie goes down, and let's just say it's Harden and somebody else as a duo, and then the role players.
No.
You still no?
Still no. That Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just because of that Raptors.
And to be fair, Kawhi did that against the unhealthy Warriors team.
That's true.
He carried. I know. Yeah, but
he did carry him through. It depends. It's hard because if Harden like carries like crazy.
I know, But the Raptors had a legacy of choking in the playoffs, and he
that's true.
eliminated that entirely by running through the entire.
Thank you for bringing that up, Godly.
Like
you
it's
literally,
unmatched.
what'd you do? You got rid of DeMar DeRozan.
You got to make it right.
And I guess they got Marcus Hall, Serge Ibaka. They had Serge
they-
Ibaka on that team.
They already had
They
Ibaka.
They already had Ibaka.
So you make a few pieces, but really you just added Kawhi. And yes, I don't think they win that finals if Durant's there. But
that's one of the greatest playoff runs.
Oh yeah,
that whole playoff run is that's top 10.
That Kawhi playoff run is one of the greatest playoff runs in my opinion. It's up there with Allen Iverson's.
See, if Harden did that with the Rockets, then he has a case. But
but he has not shown that.
Yeah, so
you misunderstand what I'm saying. I thought we was talking about season.
No. I'm just saying that just to put out in the air.
Right.
I'm just putting that out there.
But it's Kawhi. If we're talking about general, it's Kawhi all day.
Yeah,
fair.
Kawhi all day. Yeah,
all right.
For sure.
We're at about an hour right now, so we're gonna wrap this up. Good debates, I guess. But moving on to bold takes. Bold takes from last week, episode 10.
Man.
It's been a week since we talked about what was happening last week, so I'll go first since I went 0 for 2. Joel Embiid frontrunner MVP race. I didn't think that happened.
No.
And Durant did come back. I said that he would not come back. So,
yikes.
But those were at least bold. So next we have Will
making progress.
We have Bulls winning all games.
Just don't.
Yeah, just don't. And then Isaiah Thomas breakout game for Pelicans.
He only scored a max of 11 points and didn't play 2 of the games, so that didn't happen.
Warriors 30-point loss to Bucks.
They actually won and Giannis didn't play, so
yikes. All right. Bulls beat Nets. Mohamed Appleseed. Winner of bold takes. The Bulls did win, and they did have I was ready to discredit him because I thought the Nets didn't have anybody, but they had Kyrie. So Bulls win. Big win over the Nets. Bulls not losing a game next week. I don't think.
The Nets what?
Just don't talk about it, all right, Zach? We don't want to talk about the Bulls.
Well, you talked about the Bulls last week, so we have to talk about them this week.
No, I'm talking about Mohammed and I both had the same prediction, and we don't want to talk about it from last week, okay?
Because apparently the Atlanta Hawks are such a big challenger. Freaking trash.
Sean said the Rockets would go on a 2 to 3 game win streak.
Big Red X.
That's a big Red X. And Kevin Porter Jr. 20 points each game.
Another big Red X.
Hey, he put up a dub for one of them though, and then it's just like 15 and 17 for the other one. So I was satisfied.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what makes you satisfied enough.
So the Bulls beating the Nets was the only take this week from Mohammed.
And that's back to back weeks. Crazy.
Man, I wish I had said something like that too.
Yep.
The Nets just didn't get.
So for reference, real quick, since we can go back and look at these now. So Mohammed won last week, episode 9, or 2 weeks ago, episode 9. Will
Lakers would have won too.
Will won episode 8 because the Rockets actually won a few games. And then before that, I know I had one.
Where the Nets won 1 game and it was a win streak too. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. We have bold takes for the season 2. We're going to talk about that later in the year once the playoffs start hitting 2. Obviously throughout the podcast, we've been talking about bold takes for the entire season. Everyone is always free to yell out any bold take for the season for the playoffs as well during these segments. Let me remind everybody, you'll go back and listen to some of the other podcasts if you want to hear them. But
Nuggets losing in the second round.
All right.
Is that bold?
I guess it depends who they play. What are they forced to right now?
I don't disagree, really.
Wait, we doing playoff bold takes now?
No,
you just do anything.
We just have a running list. I have a running list of takes for this whole season. Like the Heat going to the Eastern Conference Finals over the Nets. That's a running bold take from me. Will surprisingly still does not have one.
Really? Let's make one right now. Bucks lose in the first round.
Oh Lord.
Lose first round. That's bold. That is bold, my friend. That is bold.
Would Clippers losing in the second round be a bold take?
No.
I don't even think the Nuggets losing in the second round is really that bold, bro.
Bro, in the West.
Are you sure you want to say the Nuggets losing in the second round, Mohammed? Because you have Nuggets over Clippers on March 27th. March 27th.
In the playoffs?
Yes, in the playoffs.
That's when the Clippers are struggling. Yeah, just keep the Nuggets or the Clippers in them.
All right then.
That's disappointing.
Yep.
And we got it on tape now, so take that for data.
I don't think there's anything else that is directly imbalanced. So, Bull takes this week, episode 11. I'll go first since I've had some flack before. And I think I get the juices rolling a little bit. But I'm going to say for this week, I think the Bulls in a playoff spot.
Steph Curry will solidify himself as the greatest point guard
Steph's
ever.
been in and out with injuries. Oh, here we go. I'm going to have one right here. I think if the Warriors are fully healthy, they move into the 8th seed this week.
So what does that mean? They have to be healthy the whole week, or just
okay, fine, whatever.
Warriors
moving to the 8th seed this week.
Okay, I was genuinely asking what you meant. So
that's bold. Right. Warriors move to 8th seed this week.
Okay, that's
and Bulls into a playoffs. Bulls into the 8th seed this week as well.
It's not possible.
It's impossible. But go for it, Zach. You've done some impossible ones before.
So. Right. I'm also gonna say, what else should I throw out here? I talk about Steph. I talk about the Warriors and the Bulls a lot. Let me say something. Let me throw somebody out here. Let me throw out Kyrie Irving 50-point game this week.
Damn, you stole. Okay.
All right. We have a lot of 50-point games. Last couple of days. Tatum, Levine, just been a lot of scoring. I think this trend is going to continue. But next, who wants to go next for bold takes this week?
I think the Wizards are going to go on a winning streak.
Oh my gosh, there's always still my ideas, man.
All right.
Minds think alike.
You stole mine last week, Mom.
Guys.
All right,
bro. Anything else, Sean?
No, that's it. That's it for me.
Cool. Next.
Well, I guess I have to switch teams. I'm gonna say the Sacramento Kings are gonna win 3 games in a row. Because my guy Darren Fox is the most underrated point guard in the league.
Thank you.
I'll put him over Trae Young too, by the way.
Yes, sir. I agree.
That's not even debatable.
Trae Young is probably the most overrated player next to Ben Simmons in the league.
You see how bad he is at shooting, bro? For a shooter, he's pretty bad at shooting.
Really, bro, just be throwing stuff.
All right, William.
All right, well, I got the Bulls being undefeated this week. Again.
Recycling bold take, crazy.
I'm gonna say it till it happens. Basically, you could just sit that down as a take every single week.
You better hope they play like 2 games.
It's gonna happen. I have Dame is gonna hit a game winner this week.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna say that maybe not necessarily a walk-off, but he will hit the game-winning shot. Maybe they'll have like a few seconds after to shoot. But
game winner, specifically game winner.
Yeah.
Not
game-winning shots, clutch shots.
Had that debate in the past about clutch shots with Dame and Steph Curry.
Common knowledge.
I don't even want to know what you said about that.
You don't have to.
Sean, I played part of that for you, bro.
You can go back and listen. That's
go
another
look at the
episode.
tape,
go back and listen to Steph versus Dame.
I'm not trying to cry tonight, Mo.
I think that might have been episode 7. Go back and listen to that if you're interested in clutch Dame time versus Steph Curry. But that's all for this week, folks.
Wasn't really
appreciate everybody turning in.
Everybody, if you don't already, new people,
obviously
follow us on social media. Yeah, I don't know. Are we gonna have it underneath? If we don't have it underneath, it's say_less_pod on Twitter, and then say_less_podcast on Instagram. We have link trees up there. can follow us on everything else. Watch our content on YouTube or whatever, Spotify, SoundCloud, whatever you want. You know, we got it all. You know,
Appreciate y'all.
We just build different. Yeah, see Muhammad knows.
Wow.
See everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Wow.
Steph Curry is a second greatest point guard of all time.
Say something else. Say
second greatest point guard of all time. Rings, championships, influential.
Oh my God.
Revolutionary player, all-time scorer.
Bro, if you want to talk influential, Allen Iverson was more influential than Steph Curry. Sorry, but I'm going to go
Sean. Thank you, Sean. By the way,
not true.
People trying to beat me. I'm not surprised. Anyways, Jamar Chase is going.
I had to get my saying because you wouldn't let me earlier. I had to get my saying because you wouldn't let me earlier.
Jamar Chase, offensive rookie of the year in the NFL. Okay, put it down. Everybody remember that.
Yeah, are you sure? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Peace.